Hi. Okay, I want to work on quick notes for today. Thank you for your patience on yesterday's notes. We almost got through everything, but I want to do a quick decimal to fraction comparison. Okay, so at the top of this page, I'm one after the last page, which was ordering numbers. I'm going to compare decimals. Actually, I'll just write decimals and then fractions. And I might be able to draw a few visual pictures over here to represent these. So the first one I want to do is 2/10 as a decimal. Now as a fraction, since that is in the tens place, 10 is our denominator, 2 on top. If I want to show a picture representing this fraction, I would draw a box. Because I already have a closed in, I'm going to draw 9 lines inside to make tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that gives me 10 boxes, and I will shade in 2 tenths. Okay, let's get to some hundredths. Next one, we're going to do 23 hundredths. So that would equal, remember I'm in the hundredths place now, so 100 needs to be my denominator. Right? Just like if I have 23 cents, I'm dealing with pennies. I have to have some pennies here. I can't just have dimes. 23 on top as my numerator. I can probably draw 100. I'm not going to be able to do 1,000, but I can figure out 100. So same as up here, I'm going to do 9 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that gives me 10 spaces. 10 brackets. And I'm going to go 9 across this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not perfect, but you can see it is 100 squares. So I need 23 of these. Well, I know this is 10, so 10, 20, and then I'm going to color in 3 more boxes, okay? And this visual represents 23 hundredths. Last number we're going to do, and I actually had to film this video again because I did try to draw thousands. And obviously I wasn't very successful, or else I wouldn't be making a second video. So we're going to just leave the picture in our imaginations. Remember, it's 3-dimensional though. Since the 6 is in the thousandths place, I need 1,000 to be my denominator. And then the numerator, 236. Dun, 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 dun. Now, one thing that we have worked on but might be a little tricky is breaking up a number like this into standard form or expanded form. Okay, so I'm going to go expanded form for 236 thousandths. Okay, so they may want expanded form in fractions for this. Okay, so if I wanted it in fraction or decimal style. So for fraction, I would say, well, that is 2/10, right? I like to do my brackets sometimes. Now this is 3/100, right? That's in my hundredths place. And now 6/1,000, thousandths place. This is fraction, 2/10, 300ths, 6,000ths. Decimal form, 2/10 plus 300ths plus 6,000ths. I add the parentheses because to me, in my mind, it helps kind of keep all of the place values together. But you don't have to do that, okay? One thing that I always like to do is add a 0 before my decimal. That way, anyone reading it knows, okay, there's a 0 in front of the number. Something must be going on. There must be a decimal. Okay. Now, let's do a couple with whole numbers. Okay, so we're just going to do a page of decimals to fractions, and we're going to add in some whole numbers. Okay, So if I have 42 and 8/10, okay, and I want to put that in fraction form, well, 42 is a whole number, so that doesn't need to be in fraction form, right? I don't need to put that over 1. 42 can stand alone. But this 8/10 now needs to go into fraction form. Okay, now if we did, let's do 511 and 65/100. So 511 can stand alone, right? It is over 1. It is a whole number. 65/100, though, is what I need to put into fraction form. Okay, let's do one more. Let's go 82 and 317 thousandths. So 82 is my whole number. And now I need to put 317 thousandths into fraction form. 7 ends in the thousandths place. So that is my denominator. And the more we practice it, the friendlier it will become. This may seem friendly to some of you, and that's great because it's going to get trickier as we get into 5th grade, fractions and all that good stuff. I'm going to take one of these numbers and I'm going to expand it for us, okay? So let's take expanded form, and let's do 82 and 317 thousandths. Okay, so I'm breaking this apart. So in my tens place, I have an 80. We'll just have this be our fraction style. And then down here, we'll do it in decimal. Decimal is probably easier because this is already in decimal. So I have 80. Okay, so 82, I'll start with this one first since it is friendlier. So I'm breaking it apart. 80 plus ones place, 2, plus tenths place, 0.3, hundredths place, 0.01, plus my thousandths, 0.007. So if I step back and look at this, I will see only one number in each of my place values. Now, time to divide this up with fractions, expanded form. So fractional form, I'm going to go 80. It's my whole number. I don't need to put that as a fraction. Same with 2. It's a whole number. I don't need to put it as a fraction. 3/10, however, is less than 1, so it will go as a fraction. The next one is 1/100ths, so that's basically 1 penny. And that's how we represent that as a fraction. And our last one, 7 over 1,000. So that place value is in the thousandths, therefore I have to have my 1,000 as my denominator. Okay, friends, great job this week on Math Notes. As you can see, it doesn't need to be perfect. Hopefully you just have some examples down, and we'll continue on next week with some more notes. Okay, so I have my decimals represented as fractions. I have ones that are less than 1 with some photos, and ones that are over 1. Right? I'd have to draw 42 full boxes and then one box that has 8 out of 10 highlighted. This would take a long time to do, 511 and 65/100ths. All right, you guys are math wizards. I'm excited to see your results for Chapter 1, Place Value Test. Mwahaha.